Welcome students, this is fourth part of first chapter of management. Course code is 22509. Introduction to management concept and managerial skill. Course outcome is use basic management principles to execute the daily activities. Unit outcome 4 is suggest the suitable type of organization structure for the given example. Now content is part 1 organizational structure and principles of organizing. Part 2 is types of organization and steps in organizing. Organization, what is organization? It is a social unit of people systematically structured and managed to achieve the collective goals on a continuing basis. Why organization needs? In organization, management determines the relationship between functions and position and subdivides roles and responsibilities. Organization structure, it is a plan that outlines who reports to whom and who is responsible for what. It shows the authority and responsibilities between the various positions of the organization. It is a set of planned relationship between groups related to functions, physical and personal factors. It should not be static but dynamic, subject to change. Organization structure for a large and a complex organization. For example, a vehicle manufacturing organization. This is the structure of organization, vehicle manufacturing. Now, second example is organization structure for a large and complex organization, that is multi-speciality hospital. Board of directors, then chief executive officers. After chief executive officers, there are 5 chief officers: chief operating, chief nursing officer, then chief medical officer, chief financial officer and chief information officer. Then principles of organization. First principle is objective. The objective of the enterprise influence the organization structure. Every part of organization and organization as a whole should be geared to the basic objective determined by the enterprise. Then second principle of organization is specialization. Effective organization must promote specialization. The activities of the enterprise should be divided according to the function. Then span of control, this is third principle of organization. The number of subordinates that a manager can supervise directly, it is called as span of control. Then fourth principle is exception. The principle requires that organization structure should be so designed that managers are required to go through the exceptional matters only. Then scalar principle, it is the chain of command. There must be a clear lines of authority running from the top to the bottom. Then sixth principle of organization is unity of command. Each subordinate should have only one supervisor whose command he has to be obeyed. Then seventh is delegation. The proper authority and responsibility should be delegated at the lower level of organization also. Then eighth principle is responsibility. A superior should be held responsible for the acts of his subordinates. Then authority and responsibility of each manager must be clear defined. Then 10th principle is efficiency. The organization should be able to attain the mission and objective at minimum cost. Then simplicity, the organization structure should be as simple as possible with minimum number of levels. The flexibility, it is the 12th principle. The organization should be flexible, should be adaptable to changing circumstances. Then 13th principle is balance. There should be balance in the size of various departments between centralization and decentralization. Then 14th is stability. It refers to the capacity of organization to withstand the losses of key personnel without much loss. Then communication, process of transmitting instruction, then ideas, suggestions and information within and outside the organization. Then 16th principle of organization is unity of direction. There must be one objective and one plan for group of activities having the same objective. Then 17th is personal abilities. Organization structure must ensure optimum use of human resources. There is a need for proper selection, placement and training. These are the principles of organization, and this is organizational structure. Now let us see organizational structure in deep. It is a plan that outlines who reports to whom and who is responsible for what. Types of organization structures are following: line organization, military or scalar organization. Then second is functional organization, and third is line or staff organization. Now line, military or scalar organization. This is the chart showing line, military or scalar organization. CEO, then manager production, manager marketing, then foreman, fabrication assembly, then for manager marketing, sales officer and sales officer A and sales officer B. Then line, first type of organization is line, military or scalar organization. Orders and instruction are issued from the top level is followed by the people below. In line organization, authority flows vertically downwards from top to bottom. As the flow of authority moves from top to bottom, this is called as line or scalar organization. The advantages of line organization are: it is simple and easy to understand, it is flexible, fixed responsibility, clear division of authority and responsibility, hence no scope for shifting the responsibility, unity of command and better discipline, quick decisions, that is it encourages speedy action. Then disadvantages of line organization is lack of specialization. Then as line executives decisions are implemented to the bottom, over reliance on superiors decision, then it overloads a few key executives. Then applications suitable for factories of small and medium size. It is suitable for continuous process such as sugar, paper, oil refining, spinning, etc. Then second is functional organization. In functional organization, head office, then production, marketing, finance and personnel departments. Then plan 1 for all and plan 2 it is also for all. Then functional organization, it is created by grouping various activities of whole the enterprise according to certain functions like production, marketing, finance and personnel. Each functional area is put under the charge of functional specialist. Advantages are: quality of work is better, then mass production by standardization and specialization, wastage of material, man, machine hours are reduced, unnecessary overloading of responsibility is not be there, clarity of functioning and no duplication. Disadvantages: as line workers will not be using their skills, their initiative cannot be utilized. It is very difficult to fix up the responsibility. Lack of coordination between the functional executives. Application of functional organization is a pure functionalized system is rarely found in practice. This is appropriate for large manufacturing. Then third type is line and staff organization. President, then legal advisor, vice president, after vice president, production supervisor, then departmental head. Line and staff organization. Line and staff organization has advantages of both line and functional organization. Line authority flows down the chain of command. Line executives have supervisory authority and control over subordinates. Authority flows from top to bottom. In addition, specialists called staff are recruited to advise the line executive on important matter. Line and staff organization, it has had advantages. Specialized and expert advice from staff executives is available, reduction of burden, then better decision, unity of command, flexible when compared to functional organization, then less wastage of material, quality of product is improved. Disadvantages of line and staff organization is, if allocation of duties between line and staff is not clear, it may give rise confusion. There might be conflict between line and staff executives. Since staff is not accountable, they may not perform well. Product cost will increase because of high salaries of staff executive. Application, nowadays this type of organization is preferred for medium and large scale industries. Step in organizing: after determining the objectives of enterprise, the following steps to be followed: identification of activities, then grouping of activities, assignment of responsibilities, granting authority, that is delegation of authority, establishing relationship, providing physical facilities and proper environment. These are the steps in organizing. Now let us see summary. Types of organization: line, military or scalar, their advantages, disadvantages and applications. Then functional organization, advantages, disadvantages and application. Line and staff organization, advantages, disadvantages and applications. Steps in organizing, that is identification of activities, grouping of activities, assignment of responsibilities, granting authority, delegation of authority and establishing relationship. Then suggest the suitable managerial skill for the given solution. It is next unit outcome. In this unit outcome, list of areas of functional management, explain the concept of areas of functional management and identify the managerial skill. Fourth is suggest the suitable managerial skill in the given situation. These are the objectives of this unit outcome. Now, functional areas of management. There are 4 functional areas of management: production, finance, then human resource and marketing. These are the 4 functional areas of management. Now, first is production management. Objective of production management is to produce goods and services of right quality and quantity at the right time and right manufacturing cost. Planning, controlling and directing of resources, that is main, material, machine and equipment. It is also known as operational management. Production management involves following function: product planning, then plant location, production control, purchasing of material, research and development. Then functional areas of management 2, that is marketing management. Marketing management is planning, organizing, controlling and implementing of marketing policies. The major objective of marketing management is creation of demand, customer satisfaction, market share, generation of profit, creation of goodwill and public image. Sub activities are advertising, marketing, research and sales management. Functional areas of management 3, that is marketing management. Third is financial management. Financial management is planning, organizing, directing and controlling the financial activities. The objectives are to ensure regular and adequate supply of funds, then adequate returns to the shareholder, optimum fund utilization, safety on investment, sound capital structure. Functions of financial management are financial planning and forecasting, determination of capital composition, then fund investment and maintaining proper liquidity, disposal of surplus and financial control. Then functional areas of management 4 type. Fourth type is human resource or personal management. This is human resource management. It It includes the process of planning, selecting, recruiting, and inducting employee in an organization. Objectives are effective utilization of human resources, then motivation, then creating policies and procedure, growth and development. Functions of human resource management are manpower planning, performance appraisal, then recruitment and selection, training, wage and salary administration, compensation and rewards, industrial relations and employees communication. Then managerial skills are technical, conceptual and interpersonal skills. These are the three types of managerial skills. Technical skill involve the knowledge of and proficiency in activities involving method, process and procedures. Then it also include use of tools, equipment, procedure and technique. It is most important for supervisory level. Second is conceptual skills, ability to see the organization as a whole. It includes analytical, creative and interrelationship skills. Then it is classified, conceptual skills, they are classified as decision making skill and organizational skills. Decision making skills, it is ability of person to take timely and accurate decision, and organizational skill, it help to select and fix right people at right work. This is conceptual skill, second type of managerial skill. Then third is human and interpersonal managerial skill. They are classified as communicating, motivating and leadership skill. Communicating, it is ability to convey information to the other. Motivating, that is inspire people, and leadership, this skill help the manager to lead the people working under him. Now these are the four functional areas of management: production, finance, marketing and human resource. And three type of managerial skill: technical, conceptual, human or interpersonal and management skill. This is all about first chapter. Now in next lecture we will start second chapter.